If you have an aggressive, reactive, nervous dog, let's talk about cortisol vacations. Because I'm thinking about this actively today. Coda has his vet appointment tomorrow. So knowing what cortisol vacations are, I am already actively all day today planning on keeping Coda's stress low. So he is set up for success for tomorrow when I know it's going to be a stressful day for him. So cortisol vacations, I very rarely hear of people that know what I'm talking about when I bring it up. I feel like it's usually dog trainers that understand the term. But let's talk about it. So cortisol vacations, it kind of refers to cortisol when something happens to you and you're in fight or flight, right? The stress hormone that your body releases when something stressful happens to you. The initial one is called cortisol. And that's what your body produces and helps get your body pumped up to do the fight or flight, either one you want to pick. Cortisol isn't the only hormone that your body produces, but it is kind of the initial one, and it is the one that kind of has this cascade effect on all of the other hormones that your body produces. When your body produces cortisol, it usually stays in your system for a couple of hours, 1 to 2 hours. So really just for the effect of the period of time that you're stressed, the period of time that you need to act to whatever the stressor is. But a lot of the other hormones still kind of linger around in your body for 24, 48 hours. So it's really important to consider when you have a dog that is reactive, nervous, aggressive. They just have a higher heightened sensitivity to the environment, to things going on around them. They're more easily stressed. Their threshold is lower than a dog that's social. So then that means that you have to be a lot more cognizant of balancing out the times that they're stressed with the times that they're not. This ties in with the video that I put out a while back talking about what your day should look like after your dog has a stressful situation happen to them. Regardless of what it was, regardless of how big it was, the following day should just be a lot of rest and mental enrichment. If your dog is nervous, reactive, aggressive, they're a lot more sensitive to things, you should not be taking them for a walk every day. That doesn't mean don't go outside, but you need to be a lot more cognizant of what you're doing with every single day for them and how they're interpreting it. So walks, I usually tell people just aim for a couple days a week, maybe 3 days a week, because you should try to aim for the days in between to be, like I said, enrichment and a lot more rest, enforcing naps, giving their body the chance to stabilize back out, reach homeostasis so that they are a lot more emotionally regulated and able to handle stressors again the next time you go out. Otherwise, they're going to end up trigger stacking. So they're going to end up already having a certain level of hormones, a lot of stress that's still, rambling around in their body from the last time. And then the next time you go out, and if you haven't given them a chance to have rest in between to kind of reset themselves, then they're just gonna, if they're already here versus here, they're already gonna go this much higher the next time that they have an interaction with whatever their trigger is. Versus if they were all the way down here, homeostasis, they've recovered, they still have room to go. If we're imagining a cup, right? They still got some room in that cup to be able to compensate. But if they were already still stressed and those hormones are still lingering, it's just going to make it more pronounced. And maybe this makes sense to some of you now that you're thinking back, like, oh yeah, we went on a walk and they encountered one dog, they did fine, and then they encountered another dog that same walk, and then they lost it. That's probably why. And so this is why, knowing Coda has his vet appointment tomorrow, he doesn't dislike the vet, but it's stressful. It's a new situation. I feel like there's not always the same staff every time, so he's going to find that stressful. And it's first thing in the morning tomorrow, so I'm making sure today is very set up to be nice and relaxed. We didn't go for a walk today. We spent time in the backyard, lots of just decompression, multiple naps today, doing a lot of just generally sniffing and just enrichment things at home to set him up for success for tomorrow. I'll put out a video tomorrow as well, just kind of making a synopsis of what I do and kind of our whole routine, I guess, for taking Coda to the vet, and what that's like for us, because I know there's plenty of people out there that have reactive dogs that this might be a first for them, and they may not have even really considered that there could be a routine, or things that they could be considering for their dog, when they take them to the vet, because it's not usually a routine thing that you're going to go to the vet, all the time. So it's not, your dog's going to find it to be kind of a new environment, and it's going to smell like a lot of other dogs. Like, it's going to be stressful no matter what. But if we can do the most that we can to kind of control the environment, set them up for success, all that good stuff, it'll make it better for them and better for you. And so I think that might be good for some people to see. So I'll kind of record that and make a video, either tomorrow or the day after that. But I just kind of wanted to talk about a little bit of how I set Coda up the day before going to the vet and what the thought process was behind that, because, like I said, not very many people know what a cortisol vacation is. And it's really important. It's really important. I really encourage all of you guys to, if you haven't heard of it before, look it up. Look it up. I loved reading about it. I learned about it last year, and it has changed us so much and for the better. It has really allowed Coda to actually be able to have the ability to handle scenarios. Doesn't mean he's always perfect about it, but he has so much more, room in his cup to be able to compensate for things that he sees in the environment, for his triggers. So yeah, that was all I wanted to say. I'll send out another video tomorrow.